Good morning, everybody. This is Mornings with McDaniel, weekend edition. Today, we're going to be talking about you are in charge of your happiness. Come on, you guys, grab your seats, grab your pens. This is going to be a heck of a good show. We have got a lot of good content for you, and this might be the thing you need to listen to this morning. You have 5 seconds. Grab your seats. Good morning, guys. How are you? It is a beautiful, powerful, incredible Saturday morning. I just got done running a 5.3 mile run with a lot of burpees and a lot of push-ups. Now, I didn't want to do it. I'll be honest with you. I didn't want to do it. But you know what? I knew it was healthy for me. My girlfriend, she's the beautiful, incredible creature that she is. And, she pushed me to do it. She calls me Grandpa. She's like, come on, Grandpa. And I'm like, okay, Ma. And we're running along, and she's always incredibly good and making me look silly. But, I'm coming again. This is going to be hashtag challenge lead, hashtag in 2020 strong, hashtag staying handsome. And like I said, guys, every single day till the end of the year, I am going to be coming live for a couple of minutes or more. Today's going to be a short and sweet one. We're just going to be talking about something that if you're sitting around doing some gardening, doing some cooking, hitting the pool, going for a walk or a run or a bike ride, or spending time with the family or whatever you're doing, guys, nothing can control your happiness except you. You literally control everything in your environment. It comes down to this. What's your emotion around each interaction and action that you see or interact with on a daily basis? Is it positive or is it negative? If you change the way you view things, the things you view change. Is it a cliche? Yeah. Is it real? Yeah. So why did I start talking about, why did I start talking about the run right when I started this video? The reason why I started talking about the run is because in the last week, I had a real shitty outlook on my workout, right? And Jackie was being so kind to me. We were working out right back there, and she was encouraging me and pushing me and everything else. And I just had a shitty look on it. I was just like, fuck this. Don't want to do this. I do not want to be here right now. And so I thought about this morning, and so we did a longer run. We typically do about a 4 mile loop. This time we did a 5.3 miles, and I was out there huffing and puffing and chugging along. I go jogging. I don't go running. I go jogging or jogging. And so I was out there doing that, and I was sitting there. I'm like, gosh damn it, this sucks. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, no, this doesn't suck. This is amazing. Here's the reason why. It's because I can control how I feel. And the reason why I liked it is I said, okay, Greg, I'm going to push myself a little bit farther, a little bit harder, day in and day out to see if I can get a little bit farther along. Now, can I do Spartan races right now? No. Unfortunately, those have all kind of shut down. And I'm very blessed. This is just one of them. Can you guys see it? There it is. There's my medal. I got 4 of those bad boys. And I love doing the Spartan races. And Jackie and I trained for a lot of them. The thing is that I'm in charge of my happiness. So when I was out there jogging, I'm like, you know what? I'm blessed to be out here. I have 2 legs, 2 feet, able body. It might hurt a little bit from time to time, but you know what? I have the ability to take this action. And so when we're sitting out there in our daily lives and we're bitching about, first world problems, like, the barista didn't, make my maca chocolate latte, the perfect way it should, foam to the left. That's a really dumb thing to worry about. Or, you know what? Gosh, I can't believe that person said that to me. It's like, okay, they said it to you. End of story. It only takes power if you let it have power to you. When Jackson and I first started dating, she turned to me and goes, she's like, you're a sissy, lala, about something. And I'm like, is that a bad thing? Not sure what that means. So with that, what I'm trying to say is that, there's no power in it for me because I didn't give it power. Once you give something power, then you can control you in either a good way or a negative way. So you are 100% in charge in regards to your happiness. So let's say you're in traffic, or let's say that a client decides not to work with you, or they buy a house with another agent. You have the option to sit there and say, you know what? I'm blessed. Thank you very much for doing that. I really appreciate that. Here's another funny story around this. So we had a client of ours. This is like 9-10 years ago. We helped this couple buy this house, and he was a contractor, and to buy this house, and they really liked it. No. We helped them. Yeah, we helped them buy the house. We helped them sell their house. We helped them buy the house, another house. They're going to fix it up and they're going to sell it. And then they sold it with another agent, and we'd followed up. We were nice with them and doing everything we're supposed to do. And we were so mad at the fact that they have the audacity that they would have to sell it with somebody else. Well, blessings on high came down, and we found out later after the fact that the contractor that we sold the house to, that was kind of a dumpy house, when he remodeled it and did put a new foundation in and stuff, he cut corners on the foundation, and there was a massive lawsuit involving all the agents, both the buyer and the seller. And you know what? We look back and we're like, thank baby Jesus that we weren't involved, because we would have been in a lawsuit for years over something that, you know, we didn't know that the guy cut corners on. So here, this is the point of this video, that when things happen, look for the silver lining. Everything has a silver lining, and you can either focus on the negative or you can focus on the positive. Majority of the time, like newspapers and radio shows and TV shows and news and everybody else focuses on the negative because it's more sensational. You know, right? You can really sell something around fear, like death, murder, rape, stock market dropping, orange man bad, you know, sleepy Biden. You know, they sell fear, and so we buy it, right? They know we buy it, but you know what? You can turn around and say, you know what? I am selective in regards to what I allow to be into my system. Am I going to allow positivity? Am I going to let negativity in? And the majority of us are addicted to negativity. We're addicted to, you know, talking shit, oh, this person, that person, this. When in reality, you can say, you know what? This person has these different attributes, but you know what? I find this one thing in them very amazing. Darren Hardy, I tell the story all the time because I love this story. Darren Hardy, in his one of his books, tells a story about one of his buddies. They were at a party, and they were like going on a beer run or something. And his buddy turns to him and goes, "Hey man, I think I'm going to get a divorce." And Darren goes, "What? Why would you do that? Like, what's going on?" He's like, "Oh, just kind of not there anymore, yada yada." And he said, "Look, man, I get you. I get what you're saying. I mean, I hear the words coming out of your mouth, but let me talk to you about something. Before you do anything rash, right? I want you to take a nondescript little book like this, not State Farm's, and I want you to do something for 365 days. I want you to go and I want you to write one thing a day, something that you love about your wife. It could be the way she did her hair, the perfume she wore, how she made breakfast, how she got the kids ready, took out the dog, did the dishes, came over and gave you a kiss, whatever it is, right? One thing done a day." And so he did. He's like, "Okay, Darren, I'll do that." So what he did is he started, looking for the positive things in his wife instead of the negative things that he was looking in consistently. And he called Darren up, a month or two later and goes, "Darren, dude, you won't believe what happened." And Darren's like, what happened? He's like, "Our relationship is fantastic. Our sex is amazing, blah, blah, blah." And he's like, "Why do you think that happened?" And the guy's like, "Well, because I'm putting some intention behind looking for the positive in everything that she does instead of, always viewing things that are irritating me." Darren goes, "Funny thing, isn't it? Keep it up for a year." So the guy did, and then he took his wife out. Their relationship did about a 180. I mean, it was absolutely incredible. Probably still is. And then he presented her at a dinner 365 days later after that conversation with the book of everything he found beautiful in his wife with dates on it. Well, you can imagine the waterworks that took place on the other side of that table when he presented her, right? Here's the thing, and I wrap it up at this point because I know you guys got Saturdays to go do some fun stuff with the family. If there is a situation or if there is a person in your life right now, that could be you. Actually, you know what? Fuck that. Let's do this. Let's say that person is you. I want you to write down, it could be in a book, it could be in anything that you want. For 365 days from this very moment, I want you to sit there and I want you to write something that you did amazing today. It could be you went for your 5.3 mile run, right? It could be that you didn't smoke that cigarette that you wanted. It could be you didn't have that drink that you wanted, or you knew you shouldn't have, or you ate that piece of cake you shouldn't have had, or you instead of talking shit about your coworkers, you found something nice to say. Write something positive about yourself down in a book for 1 year, and then in a year go back and look at the way you view things have changed. I think you'll see it a lot sooner, but if you look at it in a year, you'll see your first entry and your last entry are probably going to be significantly different in a good way from where you originally started. So to kind of sum this all up and kind of bring it to a head, I want you guys just to start viewing things with a positive lining around it, because everything is a positive. One last story, and then I'm going to shut the fuck up, I promise. It must be 15 years ago or something like that. I was out here in Walnut Creek, and at that time I lived in, I lived in Danville. No, I didn't. I lived in Walnut Creek. Anyways, doesn't matter. I was out here looking and talking to some prospects and doing some pop bys and saying hello to past clients and so on and so forth. It was kind of a rainy day, and I was in my old Jeep. All of a sudden, I got this tremendous urge just to stop and pull over on the side of the road. And I was super warm and snuggy in my car. And I said, you know what? I don't want to go back to the office for some reason. I just want to sit here and I want to make phone calls. And so I did. So I pulled out one of my many Hobbit pads, my yellow pads, and I started making phone calls from people I had on the sheet, right? Now, I'd never done this before, right? And I'm like, why am I doing this? Like, this doesn't make any sense. This doesn't make any logical reasoning. And so I said, okay. And all of a sudden I kind of like got this feeling, okay, you're done. I'm like, okay, so I'm done. So then I got back, I started driving, and I see this huge plume of black smoke. And I'm talking like a huge pillar of black smoke coming from downtown Walnut Creek. And I'm like, I'm no scientist, but that doesn't look good. And I got it there, and what had happened was there's a thing called the Broadway extension, and it says like cut through that people take from one part of the city to the other with no stoplights, and it's kind of an expressway. And it was coming from there, and that was the way I was going to go home. So I couldn't go, and I see all the traffic and everything, and I learned later that a construction crew was doing some work over there, and obviously they've gotten better at this, but they did not know that there was a fuel line, a high pressure fuel line right where they were digging. And so one of the guys took a backhoe or something and dug into it, obviously exploded, killed a bunch of people, burned houses, it's literally scorched the earth right there. And that's one of the things that I did my calculations when the time of, when they said it exploded to kind of when I was going to be there, I would have been right at the epicenter if I had not stopped, if I had not listened to that little voice in my head. And so like what I'm saying is that whenever you get in any situation, like I didn't know why I stopped. Like, why would I stop? I could go back to the office and get more work done, but I didn't. I sat there for 30 minutes. And I could have been torched. I could have been burned. I actually had a friend of mine, and she was actually very, very close to it. And she told me that it, like, the flames came like right up to the car in front of her and her girlfriends when they were driving on the extension. So everything is a positive thing if you can let it be positive. So go out there, guys. Today is a beautiful, incredible day. Make it that, and just view everything that you're doing right now in a great light, because you are exactly where you need to be in life at this very second. Even though life might suck balls for some whatever reason, you're learning a lesson. You're getting something from this experience you're going through this very moment. Enjoy it. Look at it. Put a positive spin on it. Doesn't matter what you're going through. Some people might be going through divorces. Those are through the roof right now. Divorces. There's a lot of people who are taking their own lives, and it's incredibly sad. And that's not something that we want to harp on. So find the positivity in your life. And today, like today, I have fresh air to breathe. I got sun on my face. I got food in my belly. I got a cat that's taking his 15th nap over there. I got a beautiful woman in the other room. And that's what I focus on. So you guys control your happiness as well. So there it is. That is my hashtag challenge to lead, hashtag 2020 strong, hashtag staying handsome. All right, guys, I think you're incredible humans. Thank you for spending your Saturday with me. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll probably be doing something from the pool. All right, guys, have a beautiful and blessed day. Boom. Peace. I'm out.